Hey guys, this is Allison from Alley Cat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And if you get anything from my work, a connect the dot moment, a new author to read, a new book to explore, please consider supporting my work, and all the links will be in the description box below the video. I found it. The Way of the Lonely Ones by Manly P. Hall. The Hermit's Journey. Oh, I'm not done with that yet. Nope. I'm still hermiting. Well, I get kitty, 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 kitty. Quick, crazy update before I begin. So there's supposed to be like a blizzard here, Christmas, when I'm supposed to be pretty much closing on my house. No word yet from my agent. Never got a phone call today. Was supposed to, or an email. Fun times. I'm just going with the universe right now and rolling with it. Thankfully, I booked the room until the 31st. So if there is 2 feet of snow, I can't drive my vehicle because it is 13 years old and it's a piece of shit in the snow. So I'm kind of stuck here. Fun times. And then I'm spending my holiday with my kitties and my books. So that's my update. I don't know what's going on. But this is a very interesting story out of the Manly P. Hall book. It's one that I think needs to be addressed, and Spirit is like, yes, go for it now. Yes. We in the Hermit's Journey have been going on this exterior journey of looking within, but also trying to communicate our knowledge throughout. And we're always seeking something to save us. And that has to be ourselves, because I'm going to tell you right now, that's the work that a lot of us need to learn how to do, is to go within and do a lot of healing, a lot of trauma, a lot of shadow work, a lot. And it's not easy. It's very difficult to confront yourself and to heal things that you need to heal. And sometimes it helps to have other people help you through the process, because sometimes you just need an ear to vent to, and some of us don't have those ears to vent to. So, journaling. This story is the face of Christ. It's very interesting. There are many people who, in all of the videos and chats and podcasts I watch, are always so much the Jesus Christ lover. I don't like calling Yeshua Jesus, because he goes by many names, but I like Yeshua better. And it's within. It's the Christos that's within us that he imparted on the world, is the lessons of oneness. It's the understanding of we are all one and the same. All of us are one. And when you understand that, understand that, and actualize it, things in your life will change. Because no longer are you, after you're healing yourself, you're going to be on the quest to helping others heal themselves and actualize their Christ within them, to find the light within. This story is very much needed now because there's a lot of people that are getting weary. Things are happening behind the scenes. We're seeing proof of it all the time. But in reality, you're still paying really high prices in the supermarket. You're still paying high gas prices. You had to give up everything in order for your kid to get a Christmas present, even though I hate the holiday for that purpose. It should be like Thanksgiving, like thank you for, it's more of an acknowledgement of thanks. And it's pagan. Sorry, truth. But this story is something that we need to go through and find within ourselves the Christ within. So it starts off with a man in a stone cell is in search for the face of Christ. Being put into the cell by a pagan emperor, the spirit broken and his mind in chaos of uncertainty of what's to come. I mean, anybody would be like that because we can go back to the allegory of the cave. You're in a cell, in a cave, stone, not sure what the images on the wall are because the fire is casting shadows. You don't know what's going to happen in a jail, in an imprisonment, even in reality nowadays. In his cell, a great light appeared. The face of Christ in all its glory, a golden halo illumes the area of the cell. Though too bright, he still seeks the face. So he just wants to see Yeshua's face, but he can't see it because it's. Now, one can question, is that his higher self in his angelic form? I know every time I go in my meditation and I look at my higher self, I can't see me. I see what I am. And that's like a complete light being. Banana nuts. The man in the stone cell, in some mysterious way, got released like a miracle. Just goodbye. You did your time, you're out. From the imprisonment from the pagan emperors. In this freedom, he holds a staff in hand, and he wandered the world till he found the face of the master. A long and arduous quest with suffering, privation, are in the way, though nothing will deter him, as it's inside of his soul to journey this quest. Many of us are on this quest as we speak. I'm on my mission. I know that I am on my mission. It might not be to find the face of Yeshua. I don't need to see Yeshua. It's within me. But I know that I am serving the all source creator, the all, not the devil. And I'm helping people that need my help. That's my job. It's a lonely journey too. In his travels, he ventured near and far with all the element of earth represented. On his adventure, he heard tales of a wise one who dwelled in a hut. And thus we find a hermit. The master already knew why he was sought out. He speaks. He is near. And if you know where to seek truth, you shall find him and know his ways. What's the truth within you? What's your truth? Everybody has their truth. But have you actualized your truth? Are you coming into totality with your truth of what you are, who you are? Not the past life you, not the multidimensional running different bodies you, all of you, your soul. What are you? What's your truth? The master handed the man once in a stone cell, a mystic fluid, which was given to the master by the Essenes, the holy men of Mount Tabor. They call the fluid in the vial the drink of the gods. When consumed, you will find what you seek. And many people do ayahuasca and they do psilocybin, LSD. I don't recommend doing any of those things, but if you have, you might understand that kind of experience. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just putting that out there. Don't do anything that's illegal. A warning was given before consumption. Quote, whatever you reflect the face in, that you must serve, to that make some sacrifice or give something that is precious to you, end quote. We see this also in the Norse mythology when Odin plucked his eye out to drink from the well of Mimir, the well of wisdom. So the story is repeated in many mythologies. They're not really mythologies, they're true, they're real, that happened. Sorry, not in this dimension though. But we see this over and over again. So whatever you're taking this vial of amazing liquid, you have to be aware that you have to sacrifice something of yourself in order to see what you would like. The man left the hut and went out about his way in the wilderness. Sitting upon a tree, he looked at the fluid given to him like an illumined magic potion of changing colors, like the light that reflects off a crystal. So he's holding this magic object and it's reflecting all kinds of colors and of the rainbow, and it's changing, and it looks like something Alice in Wonderland would consume. Mystical powers, right? With a silent prayer, he drank the contents. Once consumed, a strange feeling came from within him. Within his eyes, a golden haze of light came, but terror is felt. In all directions, the world had massive light, and it evolved from everything his eyes looked upon. Each object, the head of the crucified Savior, came into composition. So he would look at the tree, there is Yeshua crucified. The grass, each blade would be the crucified face of Yeshua. The daisies, the flowers, the sky, the clouds, the rocks. That's creepy. The man fell on his knees in somber prayer. Upon his feet, the glorious fell upon the master's face. A voice told him to rise up and move forward. Looking out at the edge of a black granite mountain, the face shined out, the face of Christ, blood dripping from the wreath of thorns. The mystic stretched his arms out and yelled at Messiah. The man from the stone prison looked down at the rocks with water. In the reflected water, the face of the master revealed its true identity. All around him, and it inched in every fiber of his soul. When you find what you are in totality and you understand the Christ within you and the Christos, it's the same feeling. It's awe. It's glorious. It's magical. It's understanding what you are and who you are in totality. There's no feeling that beats that. And it's not coming from an ego place to express what you know that you are, because each and every one of you are fractals of very much the same things. It's like when you are birthed in materialism, you have a mother and a father, and we take on traits of our father and our mother. Some are more heavy and dominant than others. I know for my own self, I look more like my sperm donor than I do of my mother. I have her bone structure. My father. But that also entails in our fractals of our soul selves, because we are made up of everything of the universe, including them. And then with us, each of us has an ascended master. We have spirit guides. We have angels, archangels, for some of us, dragons, that encompass our souls. They infuse little bits and chunks of their selves in us, which is God. Individualized, expressing itself through our vehicles. It's very profound. Very, very profound. So he just had this very profound, illumined experience. He fell into a deep slumber, and once awakened, ventured back to the hut of the philosopher who gave him the vial of fluid to tell him what he saw, though he couldn't find the hut. Couldn't find it. Everything vanished with zero trace of ever existing. Spirit doesn't F around. When you're supposed to get something, it's going to come to you regardless. And it disappears. The path that you have taken sometimes disappears, as if it was just meant for you and only you. So just know that, hermits, in this journey. He moved on with life, embracing his experience that Christ is within everything. And he made his mission to tell others who ventured along his path. Very much like I'm doing now. Christ is within all of us and in everything, because that is God within everything. Yeshua is just a fractal of all of us combined. His teachings, his wisdom, the love and unconditional love, the compassion that he was trying to teach at his time when he came incarnate. Very few understood exactly what he was here to do. what he was imparting on society, on the world at large. People take for granted, and they only read off the Bible, which has been infiltrated, and most texts have been infiltrated. The law of one tells you what he is. Multidimensional, like all of us. And not to say that the Bible doesn't have good, juicy stuff in there, but just be wary of some of the stories and allegories that is taken to an extreme, like incest, cannibalism, sacrifice. He walked the Christed path, healing, assisting those who suffered, all in the hopes to spread the name and face of his master. So he took his life as a bit of a hermit himself and walked the road to try to help others do the admirable thing in trying to help, assist, and lead others to the light that is within and without. He continued to venture. The only thing he saw in others was the glorious light crucified by the ignorance of the world. Many of us are walking in this path right now. Like I try to tell a lot of people, we are contracted by our soul contracts to the fate and destiny that we chose for ourselves and our souls, and what God wanted to experience through each and every one of us. We need to accept others' choices in this world. No matter what, we need to show compassion and love. The people who chose to be certain religions, certain races, certain creeds, certain sexes, pronouns, what have you, they're here to test us, to challenge us. I'm a test. Big time. Are you judging the way I look and how I express myself outwardly? Do you do that for others? We need to stop and understand that the evil that is our world has been allowed from upstairs because they are a part of God too. They chose a role to play on this divine stage. And on this divine stage, a lot of us needed to wake up to our divine purposes, which many of us are on now. And if you aren't on your path, don't worry, you're going to be on it very soon. He continued to venture. The only thing he saw in others was the glorious light. Are you seeing the light in others or the darkness in others? What are you choosing to see in other people? We have both. We have our shadow self and our light self. You have both poles. We still dwell in duality. Fourth dimension, you can't skip it. Sorry. I know everybody wants to go to fifth really bad. We're in fourth, in my opinion, now, because it's still dualistic, but it's the time of healing. It's the time to understand where your role in the world is. Are you of the light or are you of the dark? You get to choose. That doesn't mean that you still don't have a shadow aspect of yourself. We all do, and we always will. There's a lot of channels who channel both light and darkness, and upper dimensions still exists. Quote, The world could not understand the soul of this lonely mystic. Yet, in spite of his strange ways and stranger words, he was loved by all, who, if they did not comprehend the vision of the seer, still felt some mysterious way the power and glory of his work, end quote. It's very important to understand you might not agree with other people's paths because it's not yours that you're taking. It's not your quest or your mission that you're taking. You might not agree with it, but you can still see the good intention that people have within them with the work that they're doing. A voice stirred the man from the stone cell as he lay in his hut. The master calls you. Go to the mountains. The scene held snow. Through the perfect storm, he went. The journey long as he aged and was frail, and he failed to fall. The glory of the light of Christ once again showered everywhere upon the mountain. He was older now, much older, and he got that inside inspiration, that channeling that you need to go to the mountain. Oh, you're going to see him. But I'm not going to make it easy for you. There's a blizzard, there's a snowstorm, and you got to see the light. You got to find it. The man cried out, have I helped to bring to thy face this smile? Millions of faces nodded in reply. The blessed man saw the smile of the Messiah. A great blizzard came over the man, hitting hard. He collapsed, hands in prayer, though each glistening particle of snow turned into the Messiah's face. Out of the storm appeared a celestial, I'm telling you right there, white-robed figure whose hands came forward to bring peace to the world. The man ran weak through the snow to the form of Christ. He then met up with it and kissed it. He was then carried away. Quote, he lay down in his father's house to sleep, conscious of the great compassion which he knew reached out to all creation. As he closed his eyes, he saw that the master he had loved so well was still regarding him with divine tenderness. End quote. When the storm broke, the people who he had traveled and spoke and assisted and helped looked for him. They couldn't find him. No luck. The old man was at least one with the face that he sought out. What are you seeking out? What are you seeking out? He was seeking Yeshua's face. You can also take it a step further and rewatch or look into the Game of Thrones when Arya, the face of the many gods, goes into the hall with the many faces. What is that signifying? What's the symbolism there? Think about the symbolism in this story. You are in this body, in this avatar, in this lifetime with one face, unless you're masked and cloned, or maybe a drone. But you are composed of so many more faces, so many more identities than you would ever want to think and imagine. You just have to let your ego out of the way. It's beautiful. It's humbling. He found what he was searching for. He touched many people upon his path. Are you doing the same? We're going through a very lonely journey. And each of these stories that I read and each of these things that I try to convey to everybody is what we're all going through. A lot of people right now are in desperation. Things are not happening quickly. It's a lot of suffering for a lot of people on many levels, that a lot of people, unless you're in it to understand it and comprehend it, they don't understand. They will never get it because they don't have the lack that majority of people have. It's not easy. It's very hard to live in this time right now, in this material matrix. Very difficult. I had to give it all up. I had to sacrifice everything I worked very hard for and my parents. And I'm here in a hotel trying to have a new life. But I'm very blessed that I was able to even have the second chance. And I'm very blessed by the people who helped me along my way. And those are the very people who are living in their Christ self. The very people embodying the love, uncompassion, unconditional love. Sorry, not uncompassion. They have a lot of compassion. They don't judge. They see somebody that needs help and they help them however they can. And again, not everything has to be financial help. Sometimes people just need a person to talk to. Sometimes the stupidest little like, share, and subscribe helps other people, right? We could be a service to others in so many ways. We can be volunteers. We can do the Amish mindset. What are you abundant in? What do you have access of that you could share with another person? Simple little things is walking you through that Christed path. It's very important in this time of now. A lot of people are getting on the bandwagon of, oh, we need to help people. We need to help, we need to take the stand, and we, the people, need to move forward, and we need to be doing and making these changes. Well, where were all of you a year ago? Where were you a year ago when people lost their jobs? Where were you when people were screaming out for help? And now you want to get on the bandwagon because something just inside of you said, okay, you should be doing it all the time, and you should be doing it for people that sincerely need the help. We're all a service. Most of us are a service to God. Some of us are a service to others, and some of us are a service to self. You need to be comprised of all three. Not everybody is destined to have a ironclad soul contract like I do. Yeah, that was validated a few days ago. Big time. And people misrepresent what my help is and take it as something different because I'm not like ordinary human beings. There's no agenda behind what I do. I just do it because it's what I'm supposed to do in my Christed path. It's what I'm supposed to do. It's the right thing to do. And people could take that in whatever manner they could take it in. You're not going to appease everybody. You're going to walk your path and you're going to walk your mission. And there are going to be people that are either A, jealous because they haven't found themselves, they haven't actualized themselves, they don't understand where you're coming from as a non-ego standpoint. You're coming from upstairs doing a job, a mission that you signed up to do. We'll arrange this life. We arrange these experiences. We arrange the people that we see, meet, and impact. Even the NPCs. We all arranged this for ourselves because we all needed this experience as soul growth. The man in the cell in the stone cold prison. It was his path to get out. It was his path to search for the master. Not only outside, but within. To have the determination and the strength to go through the storm in search of that light that he kept pushing and pushing his entire life until when it was his time to die, his physical avatar, he was whisked away by the master itself. That's not bad. I'd be okay if Yeshua came and took my soul upstairs. I'd be happy he's a pig in shit. What? Hell yeah. Usually it's your guides, your spirit guides, your higher self. Hey, you're back. Welcome upstairs. Yeah. But what happens if you have one of the ascended masters coming and getting your butt whole? That's awesome. It's a really amazing thought. We're going through a very nasty, difficult season. I know I'm going to have a blizzard here, which is putting a lot in making things a lot more difficult for myself. But again, my path is nowhere near easy. Never was, never will be easy. Although I did ask upstairs for a little tiny breather. I need a little breather, little one. I haven't even processed all of it just yet because I like hit the ground running and I haven't stopped. Doing it all alone without much help, physical. You know, I have people I talk to all the time, but like having a support system there, I don't have that. I don't have that. Do I need it? Probably not. I'm independent. I'm an Aries. Big time. My placements are crazy. So yeah, I'm like earth and air and fire. Lots of fire. I could do it by myself, but is it pleasant doing it all by yourself? Not really. It's nice to have and share memories and moments with others. I can only do that on the phone. So I still walk the Hermit's Journey. And I know many of you are still there too. Don't you fret. We're all trying to find our soul tribe. We're all trying to find our mission because we individually are going to bring a piece to the puzzle of the greater scheme. And each one of our groups of people are tribes. We all have different tribes. If you have an interest in something and there's a whole commonality of people that are into the same thing, that's going to be your group. The wisdom, the books, the knowledge, the information is where I'm at right now in this cycle. And that's the people I need to be finding. And each one of us will be bringing a piece to the puzzle to help humanity at a greater totality of for everybody. The truth needs to come out in totality. And that's going to be different for everybody to interpret because we're still individualized. But deep down in your soul, on a soul level, you are going to know what your truth is and the perception that you need to take in order to find that truth. Even if it differs from other people, you still need to respect and you still need to give love and compassion to other people. Not everybody's going to come and journey with us. And that's one of the hardest things I'm seeing right now in this journey is a lot of people are passing away. And the hardest part about it is that's what their soul signed up to do. They weren't going to ascend with us in the vehicle that they had chosen for this lifetime. They might meet us on the other side, or they may repeat their density all over again. That's, again, we come into this plane of existence. There's a lot of new souls. There's a lot of souls from other galaxies. There's other souls that are just here to help and raise a vibration just to be. There's a lot of people who need to experience certain things karmically that they couldn't do or pass in other schools and other planets and planes of existence. So they came here to learn them. Earth is not Gaia, Earth, Tara. Not an easy. This is probably the hardest school because it's the most dense. And many of us that are in the Hermit journey, we're of a higher dimensional thinking or of a high dimensional vibration and frequency. We are here to spread the light of the Christ into everything and everybody in hopes that they see that light and they see the shining light that you impose on with your toroidal field and your auric field. How amazing is that? That you are a point of light. It's beautiful. Look in the mirror. Look deep inside your eyes and see the amazing, beautiful soul that you are and that you encompass. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. The energies are ping-ponging. You're probably there. I mean, there's a lot of, I like to run off the astrology. I know everybody's like, oh, 13, this did 12, and that. What do you resonate with? That's all that matters. When people stop judging and they run off of what they feel is best for them, who are you to even decide that? Who are you to judge? Leave the ego at the door, as they teach you in Zumba. Leave the ego at the door. Your ego is necessary. Don't get me wrong. Your ego is very necessary for this plane of existence. You can't let it get in the way of what your multidimensional self is. Everybody's going to ascend at some point on their own timeline, the one that they chose from themselves with God, the all, the creator, the source of all. It's up to you to determine what your soul wrote in for you. Some of us, like I said, myself is included in this. I know exactly what I am. I got validated pretty much the last 2 days. And I have an ironclad soul contract that I cannot back out of. Some people can back out of their soul contracts. I can't because of what I am. And it's not coming from an egotistical place. It's not coming from, I'm better than you. Because you're going to find out who you are too. All in divine timing. It's when your soul is ready to know, because you have work to do. I'm in my mission now. Keep walking the path that you're meant to walk. Keep embracing the light. Keep looking for the light in everything that you are venturing out into the world. See the beauty in everything. See the sparkle off every tree, every flower, every snowflake that drops out of the sky. That's what needs to be done right now, is to see the light in the world, not the darkness that is surrounding us at the moment, not the attacks that many of us have been going through. We need to focus on the light. We need to focus on the pathway that Yeshua left for us to take. We need to actualize what he embodied in order for us to move forward. And we need more people on board with that mission. Again, it's all going to be individualized on how that looks for you. Everybody's mission is different because everybody's soul tribe is different. Everybody has different agreements with other souls, and you're not aware of those things, right? You don't know the friend that you just happen to have, what purpose you have for them, because there's a veil of forgetting unless you start remembering what you're here for them for, or what they're here for you for. I had many angels in my pathway for the past year and 2 months, helping me eat, keep my electric on in the house, keep the cats fed, and it was a collective of people. I had a lot of strangers help me out. And I'm very blessed and very grateful and thankful for them that they came to my aid. But it didn't have to come to any of that stuff. Did it now? If more people would have been able to have this discussion of chain reaction. Oh, this person can help, but maybe that person can help, or maybe that person can help, maybe this person can help. We don't have that just yet. We're just a little shoot coming out of the soil. We didn't flower and bud yet. Get it out of the prison of that stone cell. Walk the path that Yeshua left for us to walk. And that's walking within ourselves and seeing the light in everything that is outside of ourselves. Because we already know we're the light inside. And it's hard when you're by yourself, walking this journey. But I want to give all of you hope and strength because I'm here. I did it. I'm not there yet, and my goal hasn't been reached yet. But I'm here. And I'm working through it. And I'm allowing you to watch it. There's Ethan. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story by Manly P. Hall. I was a little upset I couldn't find the paper that I did all the notes on. Really good book. I recommend it. And if you took something different away from the story, in the comments, I want to know. Because you can interpret that story a lot of different ways. For sure. As the holidays are dawning closer, even though I don't celebrate Christmas because it's pagan, it is a time to be with the people that you want to love unconditionally. It's to be around even just yourself and look yourself in the mirror and say how much you love yourself. It's not a narcissistic thing to do that. It's to look inside your eyes and in your soul to know who you are in totality, to know what you're made up of. What are you made up of? What ascended master are you trying to pull in? What saint? What archangel? What angel? Do you even know? And if not, that's okay too. Ask yourself, ask your higher self. Sometimes it comes like nobody's business. And I know I got validated the last 3 days with incredible information about myself. And it's humbling. And it helps me understand why I am in what I am doing, why I am doing, what motions I'm walking in, and why I have to do what I have to do. Honestly, I don't have a choice. It's going to happen regardless, right? Please be safe, guys. It is almost the holiday season. Hopefully, I'm going to be safe and sound here in the hotel. Even if I do close in my house, I am not moving in during a blizzard. I'd rather be here where I have the internet and accessibility to facilities, because the property I bought has the appliances are null and void in my eyes, and there's no washing machine or dryer. So I need a lot of those things, and I am not getting myself out of storage in a blizzard. Not doing it, not doing it. So hopefully I'll be doing a lot more reading and a lot more videos during that time. But until next time, guys, please be safe. Please think about other people right now that are by themselves. Maybe you can have a little Christmas party, a Hanukkah party, whatever you celebrate. Even if you don't celebrate anything, it's just nice to get with people to do something nice, or do an act of kindness to somebody that you might feel deserves it, or send a Christmas card to a kid that's sick in a hospital, or a veteran. Whatever it may be, do something that fulfills your soul and your heart. But know that whatever that act is, you're making a difference to somebody. You might be putting a smile on somebody's face. You might be making their light shine brighter. And that's what we need right now in this world. A lot of shining light. Sending each and every one of you love and light. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave some comments. I would love to hear what you guys thought about that story. And I'll see you on the next one. Morgan Cat says bye.